wanted to film a video on how I am tracking our homeschool expenses for the upcoming 2024-2025 school year. This is really an area that I'm trying to get better organized with. I've done a mix of things in the past, and ultimately it's just been a hodgepodge, and I don't have one full document to show for previous years. And so that is kind of my goal for this upcoming year. So I thought I would show you how I have it organized. I have done this in a Google spreadsheet so that I can access it on my phone as well as on my desktop. And down at the bottom, you can see I have tabs for future school years as well. So that if I buy something, sometimes I'll buy things ahead of time that I'm thinking of using if I find them, on eBay or something. And that just allows me to track that better. I have things for this upcoming school year that um, I had bought for a previous year that I didn't use in a previous year. And so um, I just put $0 in for those now. But going forward, I would like to really be able to track that spending a little better. So anyway, let me take you through this. I have the blue column um, over here is for my son. The pink is for my daughter, my seventh grader. This blue-green color is our family subjects. I have this upcoming summer of 2024 in orange, and then classroom resources in purple. Side note, my son's favorite color is blue, and my daughter's favorite color is pink, which is why they have those colors, not because I'm gender stereotyping their color labels. Okay, so for my fourth grader, I have, we're doing the pilot program for Math with Confidence, and that is free, so that's $0. He's also going to be doing Math Mammoth Grade 5, and I already own that, so I was just able to reprint that for him for free. For language arts, he is doing Hearth and Story, and so for that curriculum and the books, I spent $55. I also bought Wonders Grade 5 off of eBay for $10. I'm not certain yet if we're going to use that or not. Also, if I buy something and then I don't think we're going to use it for previous or upcoming year, it wasn't what I thought it was, or it ends up we don't need it. I resell things all the time on eBay. So there was something I bought for math that I decided we weren't going to use, and so I just resell it. So that's why it won't appear on here. If I can get my money back, it comes off of this sheet. So anyway, for grammar, he's going to be doing Fix It Grammar Level 1, and I already owned the teacher manual from when my daughter did it. And I had originally bought the student book for him to do this past school year, but decided he wasn't ready yet. So I didn't spend any new money on that this year. I did purchase him Vocabulary Workshop, the student book, and the teacher manual from eBay for $42. Actually, I got the teacher's manual on eBay. I think I got the student book from Rainbow Resource. So I should update that here, huh? Okay, and then Lit House Learning Ancient History, he will be doing for writing. That was $33. Cursive handwriting jokes, I will need to take out because he's probably going to finish. He already started it and he's going to finish it probably by the end of summer. But that was something I bought for him for this past year that he hadn't started yet. He's also going to be doing writing and rhetoric for writing. And again, I had the teacher manual already from when my daughter did it. And then I had bought the student book. Again, that was something I thought he was going to do this past year, and we didn't do, so that's just a carryover. I didn't put in any cost for that. He's also doing this President's Cursive Handwriting, and I already owned that from my daughter, so that was zero cost. I did buy him word ladders, and that was $12 on Amazon. For science, he's doing chemistry with Science Mom. That would normally cost $50. We applied for a scholarship, so that was $0. He's doing Harcourt Health, grade 4. I already had the textbook for that from when my daughter did it. I did decide to go ahead and buy him the workbook. That was $11 on eBay. He asked for an elective to do coding, so I bought some coding cards off of Amazon for $20. And then I realized as I was prepping his things for this year and kind of figuring out a schedule that he needed a little more science. And I already had the ebook copy of Evan Moore Daily Science for grade 4, so that was a zero cost. I just had to print it. But that's something he will be doing. And then history, he's doing Curiosity Chronicles Ancients. By the way, I will link his curriculum picks video up above and down below. Some things have changed since I made that video, which you'll see reflected in this expense chart here. But we already owned Curiosity Chronicles from when my daughter did it in 2nd grade, but they did add on, I think, 6 new chapters. So we just bought the add-on chapters for $15 and then reused the other stuff that we had. I get them state-specific social studies from Gallaudet Press, and that was with shipping $20. And then he needed a new history timeline notebook for this upcoming year since he's starting over with Ancients, so that was $20. For his individual art, he's going to do Harvard Sprouts Visual Arts, and that was $24. So all said and done for him, I spent $262. Moving over to my daughter for 7th grade. Um, she's also doing the Math with Confidence grade 6 pilot program, so that was free. She's doing Fix It Grammar Level 3. I bought the teacher book used for $5, and then from Rainbow Resource, I bought the student book. So together that was $23. For Lightning Lit Storm, I spent $103 between Rainbow Resource and Hewitt Learning. I got the student pages in a PDF, and I bought the teacher manual bound. And I think this included the rainy day reader, I think. And then the rest of the books she's going to need for that I got on eBay for $20. We did IEW Structure and Style 1B for half of this year, so we're going to finish that next year, so no new cost for that. And then we are going to do Latin next year, and so I needed to buy that. That was $55 from livelylatin.com. She's going to be doing Biology 1 and 2 for her science. I again applied for a scholarship for those, so I didn't have to pay for those. She's doing Curiosity Chronicles Modern, and I bought the paperback book and then everything else digitally, and that's $95. Her state-specific social studies book with shipping was $20 from Gal. For art, I'm going to do comic art, and then she asked if she could continue selling as I did buy a kit from Amazon with some projects, and then when she finishes that, she'll just continue working from the sewing books that we have on hand. She won't switch to machine sewing just yet, so. And then some additional things that I purchased, a learning book that I'm going to through with her was $13. And these two things are going along. They're like add-ons for science. One I bought new for $45, the other I bought used on eBay. So her curriculum was $418. And then I move over to our family subjects, which I think is my highest. Yeah, this is my largest area of my budget. So we are going to be doing a semester of creative writing, and I spent $70 on items for that. I also picked up a copy of How to Teach Spelling off of eBay that I'm going to use with both my kids as needed. That was $20. This is like my biggest chunk right here. We're going to be doing Power of the People. And so for that curriculum in the book from Mint and Bloom, it was $30. Our 50 states unit is a carryover from a previous year that we didn't finish, so that's $0. I did buy some things to go with it, which is down in our classroom resources budget. I'll show you that in a minute. Torchlight Level 4 and the books. Our election study that we're going to do, I spent $60. And family history, I spent $18 on a book from 4-H. We did half of our DVD set for Atelier Homeschool Art this year. We're going to do the other half family style next year, so that's $0. And then Hoffman Academy we did this year. We're going to add 6 months next year. And so this I have not purchased yet. That's why there's a red circle there. The green X's mean I've already purchased it. But that'll be $144. It's already added in down here, but I just have this way. I know that I need to have $144. I also spent quite a bit on summer. We're doing a climate change unit, and so that and the books was $50. Our paleontology curriculum plus the books was $114. Art of Rock and Roll from Torchlight plus the books were $43. We're going to do our Ohio history passports. I bought these to use in a previous year, so they were $10 when I bought them, but I have it in as 0. Kitten Math and Pet Math was $21. Our famous figures book was $18. I'm going to be doing Exploring the World Through Story with my daughter, and so that curriculum in the reader was $54. And then I got 2 different levels of editor-in-chief off of eBay, and those were $18. So our summer is costing me about $318. I could have saved money here if I had gotten all of the add-on books from the library, but I didn't want to. So, all right. And then under classroom resources, I have things like binding. I took some things to Office Max to be bound, and then paper for my printer. I go through a lot of paper, and I buy both regular paper, and then I also get a thicker paper that's a little bit more expensive. Printer ink. I have Teachers Pay Teachers in here because I always end up buying something from Teachers Pay Teachers, but I haven't bought anything as of yet. Um, the supplemental books and games is where the things I got for our 50 states unit and some things like that kind of fall under this category. I spent about 200 there. I put 0 here because we purchased that with a gift card from a family member. So it wasn't my cash, but I still wanted to track how much it would have cost if I had spent my own money on it. Planners for me and the kids, I spent a total of $46 on Amazon. And then my professional reading to kind of grow as a teacher, I've spent $73 on. I also have a line in here for school supplies like crayons and things like that that we have not bought yet, but I'm sure we will. So that category, I've spent $214. Altogether for the upcoming school year, as of right now, I've spent $1,653. Um, as a general rule, I kind of feel like if we're under 2,000, we're doing good. So that's kind of the number I keep in mind, and I'm sure we will get a little closer to that because I know there will be things that I've forgotten or things that we decide to add on, um, things like that, before the end of the year. So this is what our expenses, our spending looks like so far. And as I said, this is really an area that I'm trying to get better at, really being mindful and keeping track of what we're spending, what we have. Um, and yeah, so if you have any questions, let me know down below and I will talk to you down in the comments.